Hi guys, it's Tuesday and time for another Ruby Tuesday scripture. This is Mary and you're watching Cardz TV. And the scripture that Dee has for us this week is from 2 Peter 3 verse 8. With the Lord a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. Now I didn't fully understand this scripture, so I got out my Bible and I read 2 Peter 3 verse 8 again. And then I looked at the bottom of the page where it has the concordance to see what it had to say about this scripture. And the way that it explains it is that what seems like a long time to us, waiting for Christ's return, does not seem that long to God. And He's waiting because He doesn't want anyone to perish. He wants to give us more time so that more of us will have the opportunity to be saved. So that's what this scripture means about, it seems like a long time to us waiting for Christ's return, but not to God. Now I'm so glad I went and looked that up because I really understand it better now. But we're going to make a card with this wonderful scripture today, and we're going to be using some Martha Stewart paper that I thought was just beautiful with this scripture. This is a teal color. I've already put a frame around this, and the back side of this paper, or the front side, whichever you want to call it, is teal, and then it has lighter colored branches of leaves all swirled through the paper. It's just so pretty. So I used that for the frame, and then this side of the paper at first glance looks just like teal and white diamond pattern. But as I kept looking at it, I started seeing crosses in it. Just rows and rows of crosses. And if you squint your eyes just a little bit, and I know that sounds crazy, but you can see the crosses in this paper. So I thought it was perfect. Perfect for this scripture. So this is what we're going to be using. We're going to have a white card base, which will be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Our teal mat is 4 by 5 1/4. And then our diamond pattern mat, which is going on top, is 3 3/4 by 5. I used elegant edges to cut my frame. I didn't use the center point feature this week. I know y'all think I use elegant edges every time I make a card, and I just about do, because I really like it. It's really versatile. But I used the Flourish 1 on page 49, and I used, the frame right up here. Now, my scripture is printed at 2 1/2, it's 2 1/2 wide by 2 inches tall. And I decided to go ahead and print that out and then try to match a frame up to it. So I tried cutting a couple of different frames, and I found out if I used one at 4 inches, it fit that size scripture perfectly. So my frame is 4 inches, and my scripture was printed at 2 1/2 by 2. It's wider than it is tall. And the way I got it to fit, I just went ahead and cut it out, and then I kept trimming off the corners until I got it to fit without any white showing on this side. And I used my 2-way glue pen just to go around the edges of the scripture, and then I just glued it down. So it wasn't really hard at all to do that. I really like the look of this. And I'm going to be putting this on 2 thicknesses of foam tape, so it'll stand up real nicely from the back of this card. We're going to be using some buttons and some ribbon too. So let me get everything else I need, and we'll put this card together. Okay, we've got our background mat adhered down, and now we're going to add some black and white gingham ribbon to our pattern mat, and I'm lining it up on the grid so I can center the ribbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have to count. And I think we want it right about there. So we'll just add some ATG glue to the back. Okay, we've got our ribbon adhered to the front, and I just wrap the edges around to the back, and now we're going to put this on the front of our card. Get that centered. And we'll go ahead and put some foam tape on the back of our frame and scripture. And I'm just going to cut some pieces off and then fold them in half so that I'll get the double thickness. And then we'll add that to the front. This is a pretty quick card. Okay, I've got the foam tape on the back, and we're going to center this up and down, but I'm going to move it over slightly to one side because I'm going to add a little bow made out of the gingham ribbon. I just tied this little bow and notched the edges, and I'm going to use a glue dot to adhere it right over here. I love these colors together. I love the teal and the white, and I think the black just really makes it pop and draws your eye to that scripture. We're going to add our bow right here. And I'll have to fiddle with this bow. You know how I am about bows, to get it nice and fluffy like I like it. But that's not too bad. And I've got 2 black buttons, and I just ran some cream colored embroidery floss through there, and I've got them on glue dots, and they're very sticky. And I'm just going to add them one up here. And I want to get that kind of centered but close to the top point. And one down here. And like I said, we want everything to draw our eye to that focal point, which is the scripture. That's the focal point of our card. Okay, here's our finished scripture card for this week. I decided to go ahead and add a 3rd button because we always do things in odd numbers. It's more visually pleasing, so I thought it really needed another button over here. I love the way this turned out, and I'm so glad I got out my Bible and went and studied up a little bit to find out exactly what this scripture means. And I'm going to give you guys a link so that you can go over to Dee's site, to her blog, and start picking up these scriptures for yourself. They're every Tuesday, and they're free. And you can just download them and print them out with your printer, and you can put them on cards or even scrapbook pages. They'd be great on scrapbook pages too. Thank you so much, Dee, for doing this for us. I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate all of you, and thanks so much for coming by today. I'll see you again really soon. Bye now.